Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station. And we're going to continue with our one and done 1950 playoff tournament. And this game is the last game of Bracket 1, and it will pit the number 3 Boston Red Sox versus the number 6 Cincinnati Reds. In 1950, the Boston Red Sox went 94-60 in the American League, and it was only good for third place. The Cincinnati Reds finished towards the back of the National League. They finished 6th, and they went 66-87. So let's get to the starting lineups and get the ball game on the way. For the Cincinnati Reds, batting first, playing third base is Adams. Batting second, the center fielder Usher. Batting third, the right fielder Rostek. Batting fourth, the first baseman Ted Kozuski. Batting fifth, the left fielder Adcock. Batting sixth, the second baseman Ryan. Batting seventh, the shortstop Stalkup. Batting eighth, doing the catching, Howell. Batting ninth, the pitcher Blackwell. Ewell Blackwell in 1950, 17 wins, 15 losses, earned run average 3.03. And Cincinnati Reds are the 6th seed out of the National League. And what I did in this tournament was, in the first round, it was an American League team against a National League team. So these teams have obviously never played in 1950 against each other. For the Boston Red Sox, batting first, Dominic DiMaggio in center field, the little professor. Batting second, playing third base, Johnny Pesky. Batting third, playing left field, Teddy Ball Game, Ted Williams, a splendid splinter. So he's starting to fill out in 1950. Batting fourth, the shortstop, absolutely marvelous season, Vern Stevens. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Walt Dropo. Batting sixth, God rest his soul, Bobby Doerr. Batting seventh, in right field, Billy Goodman. Batting eighth, doing the catching, Bertie Tibbetts. On the mound for the Boston Red Sox, lefty ace Mel Parnell. Parnell, 18 wins, 10 losses, 3 saves, 3.54 earned run average. His battery mate, Bernie Tibbetts, average catcher with a very good arm, 7 out of 10 arm. Johnny Pesky, very good at third, 8 out of 10 range. Vern Stevens, average at short. Bobby Doerr, 7 out of 10 range at second. And Walt Dropo, not so good at first with range, though if you hit it at him, he's going to field it. He's average at first. Ted Williams in left field, 4 out of 10 with a 4 arm. Dominic DiMaggio can get him with the best of them. 8 out of 10 range, 5 arm. And Billy Goodman play many positions. And in right field, he has a 4 arm, and he does not have a rating, though he did play right field. That's strange. He's in the lineup now. Let's go here to Billy Goodman for a second. Fielding. It says he can play right field. Or did I misread it? I did. Yeah. Alright, well, he's playing right field now. So we might have an adventure out in right field with Billy Goodman. My faux pas. Late in the game, we can bring in Zeke Zarella. So, alright, let's get started. At the plate for the Cincinnati Reds to lead it off, Bobby Adams, 1950. Bobby batted .282, 3 home runs, 25 runs batted in, 7 out of 10 bunter. The Red Sox will draw their corners in. So Pesky in at third, Dropo in at first. Here is the first pitch by Parnell. Adams swings, grounds it to Dropo, who takes it to the bag himself. 1 down. Now stepping to the plate for the Cincinnati Reds, Bob Usher. He's the center fielder. 259 batting average. 6 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Right-handed batter. And against lefties, he batted 263. Parnell gets the sign from Bertie Tibbetts. Here's the pitch to Usher. Grounder to Parnell. He throws to Dropo. 2 down. 1 up, 1 down, 2 up, 2 down. Now they want 3 up and 3 down. Stepping to the plate, Johnny Rorstek. Rorstek batted 285, 8 home runs, 76 runs driven in. Lefty-lefty matchup. Batted 274 off left-handed pitching. Tibbetts sets the target. Parnell nods his head. Here's the pitch. The swing, grounded to door. He throws a Dropo. 1, 2, 3. Go the Reds. Go to the bottom of the first. No score. 2 up for the Red Sox. DiMaggio, Pesky, and Williams at base. Blackwell. Again, 17 wins, 15 losses, 4 saves, 3.03 earned run average. He did strike out 189 batters in 1950. His battery mate, Dixie Howell. 5 out of 10 defensive catcher with a 5 arm. Adams at third, 4 out of 10 range. At short, Stahl Cup, 5 out of 10 range. Ryan is at second. He has 8 out of 10 range, so he's very good. And Klazuski's at first. He is average, 5 out of 10 range. Adcock in left, 6 out of 10 range, 5 arm out of 10. Usher's in center, 6 out of 10 range with a very good arm, 8 out of 10. And in right field is Rostek. I'm going to say Rostek. Maybe the W-Y silent. Or is it the Y silent? I'm going to call him Rostek. Rostek, 4 out of 10 range, 6 out of 10 arm. So here comes Dominic DiMaggio, the little professor. Batted 328, 7 home runs, 70 runs driven in, mostly from the leadoff spot. 6 out of 10 bunter. Blackwell looks in at Howell, nods his head. Here's the pitch to DiMaggio. And that ball goes to left. Adcock makes the catch, 1 down. Here comes Johnny Pesky, left-handed batter. Pesky batted 312, 1 home run, 49 runs driven in for the Red Sox third baseman. 323, 306, excuse me, off right-handed pitching. Blackwell works quickly. Pesky swings. Little pop-up in shallow left. Caught by the shortstop Stahl Cup. 2 down. 2 outs. No one on. Here comes Teddy Ballgame. Ted Williams, 317. 28 home runs. 97 runs driven in. And off right-handed pitching, 350. Let's see how they pitch to Teddy Ballgame. Howell flashes the fingers. Blackwell nods his head. Here's the pitch to Williams. And they pitched very carefully to Ted Williams. He walks on the 3-1 pitch. They didn't give him anything good to hit. That last pitch low and way outside. But now they're going to get to probably a more dangerous hitter for the Red Sox in 1950, Vern Stevens. Stevens, 295, 30 home runs, and 144 runs driven in to go with 125 runs scored. And he batted 309 off right-handed pitching. Williams, 4 out of 10 base running ability, is being held on at first base by Klazuski. He'll be off on contact. Blackwell looks to first, now in at Howell. Here's the pitch to Stevens. Grounder to Ryan, who throws to Klazuski's side. Retired. We go to the top of the second, scoreless here at Fenway Park in this 1950 one-and-done playoff tournament. You win, you're in. You lose, you snooze. 2 up for the Cincinnati Reds, Klazuski, Adcock, and Ryan. Ted Kluszewski in 1950 batted .307, 25 round trippers, and drove in 111 base runners. Off left-handed pitching, .258 batting average. Much more of a dominant hitter off righties. This is a lefty-lefty matchup. Parnell, the windup and the pitch. Kluszewski swings, sends it deep to right field, but Goodman's there and he tracks it down. One away. Nice play by Goodman. So here comes Adcock, Joe Adcock. Left fielder for the Reds, .293, 8 home runs, 55 runs driven in. Off left-handed pitching, .297. Tibbetts pounds the mitt, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Adcock. That's a pop-up to Pesky at third, 2 down. So with 2 outs, no one on, Connie Ryan steps to the plate. Red second baseman, .259, 3 home runs, 43 runs driven in. Off left-handed pitching, .263. Parnell's looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. Looks in at Tibbetts, nods his head. Here's the pitch to Ryan. And that's a single to left center. So a 2-out single, and Ryan's on. Dropo holding him on at first. Ryan 8 out of 10 base running ability. Now stepping to the plate is Virgil Stalcup. Cincinnati shortstop batted .251, 8 home runs, 54 RBIs. Off left-handed pitching, .246. Parnell throws to first, Dropo applies the tag, and Ryan just dives back safely. That was very close. As the Cincinnati first base coach is admonishing Ryan, come on, pay attention. Again, Parnell looks over to first, now in at Tibbetts. Here's the pitch to Stalcup. Grounder to Pesky, throws the door for the force out at second side, retire. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here at Fenway Park. Number 3 Boston Red Sox versus the number 6 Cincinnati Reds. 1-and-done playoff tournament. 2 up for Boston. Walt Dropo, Bobby Doerr, and Goodman, the right fielder. He's playing out of position, but his batting average, he had to put him in the lineup. So Walt Dropo, in 1950, what a year. .322, 34 home runs, 144 runs driven in. Go with 101 runs scored. Off right-handed pitching, .329. Blackwell looks at Howell, takes a deep breath. He sets in, delivers to Dropo. And Dropo strikes out! Chased the pitch out of the zone. He tried to send that one out of Fenway Park, but instead he'll be heading back to the bench. 1 down on the strikeout. Here comes Bobby Doerr. Red Sox second baseman in 1950. .294, 27 home runs, 119 runs driven in. He loved to yank one over the monster. Against righties in 1950, .303 batting average. Blackwell toes the rubber, looks in at Howell. Here's the pitch to Doerr. Doerr grounds it hard and foul down the third base line. Count now is 0-2 to Bobby Doerr. He digs in. He awaits the Blackwell delivery, and here it is. Doerr swings, and Adams muffs the hard-hit ball off his glove. Trickles away from him. He picks it up, but Doerr's on the E5 by Adams. So 1 out, 1 on. Bobby Doerr, 6 out of 10 base runner, being held on by Ted Kluszewski at first, and here comes Billy Goodman. Billy Goodman, in 1950, batted .354, 4 home runs, 68 runs driven in. 6 out of 10 bunter, 8 out of 10 hit and run. .379 off right-handed pitching. Blackwell looks to first, now in at Howell. Here's the pitch to Goodman. Goodman swings and he singles to right center field. Usher comes in to field it from center field. And Bobby Doerr, with 1 out, will hold at second. They will not challenge Usher's arm. So first and second, 1 away. Here comes the catcher, Birdie Tibbetts. Birdie batted .310, 8 home runs, 45 runs driven in. And off right-handed pitching, .288. On deck is Mel Parnell. Blackwell gets the sign from Howell. He delivers to Tibbetts. And that's a grounder up the middle. Usher has difficulty playing it. And it will be a double. No, it will be a single, and an E8. The scorer gives an error to the Red center fielder, Usher. A run scores on the RBI single by Tibbetts. And now we have second and third. And here comes the pitcher, Mel Parnell. He now has a 1-0 lead. Can he help his own cause? Parnell batting 194, no home runs, 7 RBIs, and he's a 5 out of 10 bunter. He'll be swinging away, though. He'll take the first pitch. That's a ball. Blackwell can't find the zone. Parnell will take again. Ball 2, he'll take again. Strike, so 2 balls, 1 strike. Parnell steps out of the box for the moment, now back in. He digs in, ready to grip and rip. Howell sets the target, the windup, and the pitch to Mel Parnell. And Parnell sends it to Rostek in right field, shallow right field. Rostek has a 6 out of 10 arm. Billy Goodman, 5 out of 10 runner, and he shall hold. They will not tag up Goodman at third. So it's 1-0 Boston. Bottom of the second, 2 outs, 2 on, second and third. Goodman's at third. Here comes a little professor for Boston, Dominic DiMaggio. He's 0 for 1. Runners will be off on contact with 2 outs. DiMaggio with a chance to bang into ducks sitting out on that pond. Blackwell readies himself. He delivers to DiMaggio. DiMaggio swings. That goes up the middle, and 2 runs score on the 2-out single by Dominic DiMaggio, the little professor. And the Red Sox take a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. And Johnny Pesky steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. DiMaggio at first base, 6 out of 10 base runner, Ted Kluszewski holding him on. He'll be off on contact. Here's the pitch to Pesky. Pesky swings and he grounds it into right field. And going first to third is Dominic DiMaggio. So runners on the corners with 2 outs. And here comes Teddy Ballgame. Ted Williams walked his first time up. Blackwell is on the ropes here in the second. Can the Red Sox KO him? We shall see. Pesky, 4 out of 10 base running ability. Kluszewski still holding him on. DiMaggio at third. Teddy Ballgame digs in. Howell goes through the signs. Blackwell shakes his head. Howell goes through the signs again. Now Blackwell nods his head. Here's the pitch to Williams. Williams grounds it. Diving stop by Kluszewski, preventing a double down the line. He gets up and brings it to the bag himself. Side retired, as he just robbed Ted Williams probably of 2 runs batted in. But Boston does get on the board 3 times here in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third, 3-0 Boston. Due up for the 1950 Cincinnati Reds, Howell, Blackwell, and the top of the order, Adams. Dixie Howell, the Reds catcher, 223 batting average, 2 home runs, 22 runs driven in off left-handed pitching, 257. The windup and the pitch by Parnell. That's a grounder up the middle, a leadoff single for Howell. And here comes Blackwell, the pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. He only batted 146 with 5 RBIs, and off left-handed pitching, 184. 10 out of 10 bunter. Corners will move in for Boston. So Pesky in at third, Tropo in at first. Here's the pitch to Blackwell. He puts a bunt down. It's fielded, and they throw to Bobby Doerr on the wheel plate covering first. 1 away. Moving into scoring position is Howell. So Blackwell gets the job done. He's in scoring position for the top of the order, Bobby Adams. Adams is 0 for 1. Parnell works quickly. Adams swings, grounds it to Stevens, who fires a Dropo at first, 2 down. Howell stays put at second. So there's 2 outs. Runner at second, be off on contact. And stepping to the plate for the Cincinnati Reds is Bob Usher. He's 0 for 1. Bernie Tibbetts sets the target. Here's the pitch to Usher. And that ball is gone! Bob Usher crushes a homer over the Green Monster. And the Reds have pulled to within one just like that. It's now 3-2 thanks to the home run by Usher as he crushed that fastball by Parnell. Williams just turned and looked. It was a rocket out of Fenway. So 2 outs, no one on, and here comes Johnny Rostek. He's 0 for 1, lefty-lefty matchup. Parnell gets a sign from Tibbetts. Here's the pitch to Rostek. And he strikes him outside, retired, but Cincinnati scores 2 on the Usher home run. We go to the bottom of the third, 3-2 Boston. So another wild game so far in bracket 1. This is the last game of round 1, bracket 1. 2 up for the Red Sox. Vern Stevens, Walt Dropo, and Bobby Dorr. If anyone gets on, Billy Goodman. Stevens 0 for 1. Blackwell nods his head. Here's the pitch to Stevens. And that ball goes out to center field, and Usher tracks it down in left center for 1 down. Here comes Walt Dropo. He's 0 for 1. Howell wiggles the fingers. Blackwell's ready. Here's the pitch to Dropo. And he strikes out. 0 for 2. Second strikeout of Dropo. So 2 outs, no one on. Here comes Bobby Dorr. Bobby Dorr's 0 for 1. He reached on an error by Adams at third. Dorr readies himself, looking to extend the inning. Blackwell gets a sign from Howell. Here's the pitch to Bobby Dorr. Dorr swings, grounds to Stalkup, over to Klaczewski at first, side retired. We go to the top of the fourth. The Red Sox cling to a 1-run lead. Boston 3, Cincinnati 2. 2 up for the 1950 Cincinnati Reds. Klaczewski, Adcock, and Ryan. Ted Klaczewski's 0 for 1. He fly deep to right in the second. Lefty-lefty matchup. Tibbetts pounds the mitt. Sets the target. Here's the pitch to Ted Klaczewski. That ball goes to DiMaggio in center. He makes the catch as he drifts to right center very gracefully. 1 down. With 1 out, here comes Joe Adcock. He's 0 for 1. Parnell works quickly. Adcock swings and misses. 2 down. So with 2 outs, no one on, here comes Connie Ryan. He's 1 for 1. He singled to left center. Parnell wants that 1-2-3 inning. The Reds want to deny him. And Connie Ryan stands in the way. Ryan digs in. He awaits the Parnell offering, and here it is. And he strikes him outside, retired. So Parnell strikes 2 out of 3 Reds in the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 3-2 Boston. 2 up for the 1950 Red Sox. Goodman, Tibbetts, and Parnell. Goodman's 1 for 1. Left-handed batter. He singled to right center. Blackwell nods his head. Here's the pitch to Billy Goodman. And he singles to right again. 2 for 2, Billy Goodman. Big insurance run at first. Goodman, 5 out of 10 speed. Ted Klaczewski holding him on. Here comes Bernie Tibbetts. Tibbetts, the catcher, is 1 for 1. He singled to center. Dorr scored. And he advanced to second on the error by Usher. Tibbetts, 3 out of 10 bunter, 6 out of 10 hit and run. On deck is Mel Parnell, though. Goodman, 5 out of 10 base runner. Howell has a 5 out of 10 arm. Blackwell throws strikes. We're going to play some hit and run with the catcher. Here's the pitch, hit and run on. That's a fly ball, foul down the left field line. Adcock gave chase, but ran out of room. Not much foul territory at Fenway Park down the left field line. Goodman goes back to first. Klaczewski continues to hold him on. The count's no balls, 2 strikes. Tibbetts digs in. Here's the pitch by Blackwell. It's a pop-up to Adams at third, out number 1. So Klaczewski is playing in at first, and so is Adams. Corners in for the Reds. And that gives, without being held on, that gives Goodman a 5 out of 10 jump. He's got a 33% chance of stealing second. We're going to play hit and run with Parnell. Here's the pitch. And he pops it up to Ryan, who goes behind the first base bag. Outfield makes the catch for 2 down. Goodman quickly gets back to first. So 2 outs. Goodman's at first. Here comes the little professor, Dominic DiMaggio. 1 for 2. He fly down the left field line in the first. Then he singled with 2 outs up the middle, knocking in Goodman and Tibbetts. At the time, gave the Red Sox a 3-0 lead. Since then, Usher's 2-run homer has pulled Cincinnati to within 1. DiMaggio readies himself. Goodman will be off on contact. The windup and the pitch by Blackwell. DiMaggio flies to shallow right side, retired. We go to the top of the 5th. The 1950 Boston Red Sox 3, the 1950 Cincinnati Reds 2 in this one-and-done playoff tournament. You win, you're in. You lose, you snooze. 2 up for the Reds. The shortstop, Stallcup, then Howell, the catcher, and Blackwell, the pitcher. Parnell's up to 52 pitches. He is good for 145. The lefty readies himself against Stallcup. Here's the pitch. Stallcup swings and he grounds it into left field. A lead-off single by Stallcup. 8 out of 10 base runner. Dropo holding him on. He represents a tying run. Here comes the catcher, Dixie Howell, for the Reds. He singled up the middle in the 3rd. So Stevens and Dorr would love to turn 2 here. Howell, a 5 out of 10 bunter. On deck's the pitcher, though. I don't think they'll be bunting. Tibbetts goes through the signs. Parnell nods his head. Here's the pitch to Howell. Grounded to Dropo. And he takes it to the bag himself for out number 1. Stallcup advances to second base. He is now in scoring position. He represents the tying run. And here comes Blackwell, Cincinnati Reds pitcher. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Parnell would love to get a strikeout here. Tibbetts sets the target. Parnell delivers. It's another bunt, and they go to first to get Blackwell. There's now 2 outs advancing. The 3rd is Stallcup. So the Reds decide with their pitcher and an out to bunt Stallcup over to 3rd. As Dorr was covering. So with 2 outs, it's up to the top of the order. Bobby Adams, he's 0 for 2. Chance to tie this game up. Stallcup's 90 feet away from tying it. Adams has grounded out twice. Once to first, once to short. Parnell takes that deep breath, gets the sign from Tibbetts. Here's the pitch to Adams. And Adams walks. So runners on the corners, 2 outs, and here comes Usher, Bob Usher. 1 for 2. He grounded to the pitcher, and then he blasted one over the green monster and left. It was a 2-run shot that brought the Reds to within 1. If he does it again, the Reds will have a 2-run lead. Usher looks to Dropo at first, holding Adams on. Parnell throws the first. Adams is back as Dropo applied the tag. Stallcup stayed at 3rd. He didn't even bluff down the line. Parnell looks over his shoulder to first. Quick glance at 3rd. Now in at Tibbetts. Gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Usher. And that is a single to right center field. We have a tie ball game. It's now 3-3. Could this be another possible upset brewing here? We shall see. Going to 3rd is Adams. 2 outs, runners on the corners for the Reds, and here comes Rostek. He's 0 for 2. This has been a wild and woolly tournament, folks. I suggest you check out some of the earlier games. Tibbetts goes out to have a quick word with Mel Parnell. Remember, Parnell won 18 games for the Red Sox in 1950. Pesky meets him on the mound, so does Dropo. Back to the positions go the players. Parnell's ready. Here's the pitch. It's a wild pitch! And scoring from third is Adams. And the Reds take a shocking 4-3 lead over the 3 seed in the 1 bracket. Remember, the Reds are the 6 seed. So they have scored 2 runs here in the top of the 5th with 2 outs. And now lead 4-3. Big insurance run on second with Usher, 6 out of 10 base runner. The count is 3-2. He'll be off on contact. Parnell has to settle himself down. Tibbetts pounds that mitt hard, imploring Parnell to throw a strike. The windup and the pitch to Rostek. Grounded to Stevens. He throws the drop outside, retired, but the Reds drive in 2 runs and take the lead 4-3, and Fenway Park has gone silent. We go to the bottom of the 5th, due up for the Boston Red Sox. Pesky, Williams, and Stevens. Let me go to the chat. We have Mr. Greg Durecki and Ken Castro on the chat, 2 fine friends of the channel. Hope all is well. Pesky's 1 for 2. Popped out to short and singled in the 2nd. Blackwell now looks like he has a little more vigor in his step with the lead. He sets and delivers to Pesky. And Pesky walks. Tying run at first base. Ted Kluszewski holding him on. Pesky 4 out of 10 base runner. Teddy ballgame. Ted Williams steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. We pitched very carefully to him in the 1st. They walked him on a 3-1 count. And then he grounded to first. Kluszewski made a diving stop. That ball was slated to go down the right field line and probably knock in 2 more runs. And what a play that play is now by Ted Kluszewski. He saved 2 runs, and that was the last out of the inning in the 2nd. So no outs. Pesky's at first. Blackwell peers in at Howell. Gets the sign. Here's the pitch to the splendid Splinter. Williams singles to right field. And Pesky, 4 out of 10 base runner. Johnny Rostek, 6 out of 10 arm. He will hold. Station to station, go the Red Sox. So 1st and 2nd, no outs. Tying run at 2nd. Go ahead run at 1st. And Ted Williams. And here comes Vern Stevens, 0 for 2. Stevens knocked in 144 runs in 1950 with 30 home runs. He is grounded to 2nd and fly deep to left center. He's looking for a pitch he can grip and rip, tee it high, let it fly. Blackwell looks behind him, now in at Howell. Here's the pitch to Stevens. And it's a slow grounder to Stallcup, and they're going to turn 2. What a play by Stallcup. He quickly backhanded it, fired to Ryan at 2nd, who quickly turned and fired to Kluszewski. So Vern Stevens bangs into a double play. They get 2 for 1. Pesky advances to 3rd. He's 90 feet away from tying the game. But Vern Stevens goes back to the dugout just shaking his head in disgust. Here comes Walt Drobo. He struck out twice. He needs to come through here for the Red Sox. Drobo had 34 home runs and 144 runs driven in 1950 for the Bull Sox. He awaits the Blackwell offering, and here it is. And Drobo strikes out for a 3rd time. He gets the hat trick that you don't want. The Red Sox threaten but do not score. As the Reds deny them, we go to the top of the 6th. The Cincinnati Reds 4, the Boston Red Sox 3. Could this be an upset here at Fenway Park? Due up for the Reds, Kluszewski, Adcock, and Ryan to face Mel Parnell. He's up to 77 pitches, good for 145. Lefty-lefty matchup. Kluszewski 0 for 2. Here's the pitch by Parnell. Kluszewski swings, and that ball is gone! He hit it deep into the triangle, and it carries out. Billy Goodman gave chase, then looked up, and Ted Killer Kluszewski has just given the Reds a 2-run lead, and that was a blast. 395 to the triangle. As Fenway fans are really gone silent here, mumbling and murmuring to themselves. Wow. Red Sox start to get some bullpen action up. Here comes Joe Adcock, 0 for 2. Parnell very visibly upset with himself. Tibbetts goes out there to calm him. Now back behind the plate. Here's the pitch to Adcock. It's a pop up to Pesky at third, out number 1. Parnell's got to get those home runs out of his mind. The Red Sox still have an opportunity here with a tremendous offensive team. They trail the Cincinnati Reds 5-3 though, because of Usher's homer and Klazuski's homer. Here's Connie Ryan, 1 for 2. He singled in the second, struck out in the fourth. Parnell's ready. Here's the pitch to Ryan. And he strikes him out for the second time. Red Sox fans cheer that. As Greg Gurecki says a hush comes over the crowd. Oh, so elegant, Mr. Gurecki from the Great White North, our good friends of Canada. So here comes Stallcup. 2 outs, no one on. He's 1 for 2. Virgil grounded to third, forcing Ryan at second, then singled in the fifth. Parnell takes that deep breath, looks in at Tibbetts. Here's the pitch to Virgil. And he walks Virgil Stallcup. So Dropo will hold him on. Stallcup, 8 out of 10 base running ability. He has a 3 for a jump. And stepping to the plate is a catcher, Dixie Howell. He singled in the third and grounded to first. Stallcup advanced to second on that ground ball. He was out. Parnell throws over. Stallcup's back. Dropo with the swipe tag just late. Again, Parnell throws over. Still, they can't get him. Parnell looks to Dropo. Now in at Tibbetts. Here's the pitch to Howell. Oh, I threw the wrong pickoff. Sorry. I meant to hit pitch. Mulligan for me. Parnell's ready. Looks to first. In at Tibbetts. Howell grounds it into left, so a 2-out single. Runners at first and second. Red Sox quickly start to warm up the bullpen. This is a one-and-done playoff tournament. They do not want to go out of it. And here comes Blackwell, the pitcher. Blackwell has 2 sacrifice bunts. But he's going to have to swing away here with 2 outs. Will the Reds let him hit? This we shall see. Parnell gets the sign from Tibbetts. Tibbetts sets the target. Here's the pitch. And Blackwell strikes out. The damage done on the Ted Klazuski homer. We go to the bottom of the 6th. And as Mr. Greg Gurecki so elegantly put it in the chat, a hush has come over Fenway Park. Due up for the Boston Red Sox, who now trail by 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Bobby Doerr, Billy Goodman, and Bertie Tibbetts. Mel Parnell, if anyone gets on, but most likely a pinch hitter down by 2. So Bobby Doerr's 0 for 2. Blackwell's up to 86 pitches. He's good for 145. Howell flashes the fingers. Blackwell nods his head. Here's the pitch to Bobby Doerr. And Doerr sends that ball deep to left center field, but Adcock tracks it down in front of the wall for out number 1. Billy Goodman steps to the plate. Goodman playing out of position in right field to get his bat in the lineup. Is 2 for 2. He has singled twice. Once to right center, and then once to right. Blackwell toes the rubber, looks in at Howell. Here's the pitch to Goodman. And Goodman singles. No, it's a double! As it shoots past the right fielder, Rostek. So Billy Goodman is 3 for 3. Tying run comes to the plate in the catcher Bertie Tibbetts, who is 1 for 2. He singled in the second, knocking in Doerr. Advanced to second on the error by Usher. On deck is Mel Parnell, but he most likely will not hit, folks. Tibbetts batted .288 off right-handed pitching. Billy Goodman, 5 out of 10 base runner. Blackwell looks behind him. Now in at Howell. Here's the pitch to Tibbetts. And that's a single up the middle. Goodman's at third, 5 out of 10 base running ability. Usher has an 8 out of 10 arm. He's charging in. We shall hold Billy Goodman. So runners on the corners with 1 out. And Mel Parnell will not hit. here in the bottom of the 6th. Let's look at our bench here. So Al Zarella, pretty much the normal right fielder, is on the bench, and he batted against right-handed pitching. Zeke Zarella, he batted .319 with a slugging percentage of .489. We also have Fred Hatfield, but that's only 12 at bats. Zarella 471 at bats. Well, we're gonna go with. I wanted to kind of save Zarella as a defensive replacement for Goodman, but we also have Maxwell who can play right field, and the kook Jimmy Pearsall can probably play right field. I'm going to go with Al Zarella. This is a big moment, so Zarella, who's a little upset he didn't get the start, but you had to play Billy Goodman. He went 3, and he's gone 3 for 3. So Zarella will come in, and he has to know he can help his team out here, obviously. Tying runs at first base. He represents the go-ahead run at the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. Zarella, Zeke Zarella, batted .325 in 1950 for the BOS Sox. 9 home runs, 73 runs driven in and off. Right-handed pitching, .319. The Reds want to turn 2 up the middle with Stallcup and Ryan. This is a big moment here. The fans want to cheer. They want to cheer. They want Zarella to jack one out of the park. The windup and the pitch by Blackwell. And Zarella walks. Bases are loaded. He does not chase out of the zone. Curveball misses. And here comes the little professor, Dominic DiMaggio. Bases loaded. No out. 1 out, excuse me. Reds looking for a double play to get out of this jam. Dominic DiMaggio, the little professor, flied out in the first, and then in the second, singled with 2 outs, knocking it Goodman and Tibbetts. In the fourth, he flied out to right center. Tibbetts now represents the tying run at second. Zeke Zarella, the go-ahead run at first, 5 out of 10 base running ability. Tibbetts, 4 out of 10 base running ability on second, and Billy Goodman at third, 5 out of 10. The little professor readies himself to do battle with Blackwell, who's on the mound. Blackwell stares in at Powell. Nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Dominic DiMaggio. And DiMaggio walks! 3rd RBI for the little professor. Very patient at bat, pays off, and the Red Sox pulled it within 1, 5-4. DiMaggio's 3rd RBI, and here comes Johnny Pesky, Mr. Red Sox. He's 1 for 2 today. Popped out in the first, singled in the second, and walked in the 5th. Again, the Reds want to turn 2 and get out of this jam. Blackwell's now up to 109 pitches. Pesky digs in that left-hander's batter's box. Pesky batted .306 off right-handed pitching. Blackwell against left-handed batters gave up a .241 average. So far, Blackwell 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run. The errors have cost him. Walked 4, struck out 3. Here's the pitch to Pesky. Pesky swings, that ball goes up the middle. We have a tie ball game. Tibbetts scores. Zarella gets to 3rd. 5 out of 10 base runner. Usher charging in. Again, an 8 out of 10 arm. Runners will hold. Bases will stay loaded because here comes Teddy Ballgame. Ted Williams. The game is now tied up at 5. Red Sox fans are excited once again. Those anxious moments have gone away. And now here comes Teddy Ballgame, 1 for 2. No place to put the splendid splinter. Williams walked in the first, grounded to first. If you can call that, it was a shot going down the line that Kluszewski made a diving stop with 2 outs and 2 on, robbing Williams of a double and 2 runs scored. That's a huge play right now. And that was the final out in the second. And in the 5th, he singled to right. Bases juice for Williams. Here's the pitch to the splendid splinter. And Williams grounds it to Kluszewski. The Stallcup back to Kluszewski. Double play. So what a job by Blackwell. He induces the double play ball by Ted Williams. Unbelievable. So Williams does not come through in the clutch. Bases loaded, 1 out. We have a 5-5 ball game going to the top of the 7th, and we need a new pitcher as Parnell was batted for by Zeke Sorella. Zeke Sorella. So who shall come in for the Boston Red Sox? Let's see. Ellis Kinder, 9 saves. .277. 2 up for Cincinnati. Adams, Usher, Rostek, and Klazuski. Mickey McDermott. Against lefties is tough. We might piecemeal these last 3 innings here with the Red Sox bullpen. So we go top of 7th, 5-5. I'm going to go with Taylor, 121 versus righties. Bad. The righties. I'm going to go with Harry Taylor, and then probably come back with McDermott to face Rostek and Klazuski. So Harry Taylor comes into the game in this 5-5 ball game. He'll bat in the 9th spot. Zeke Sorella's day's done. He came to pinch hit. He walked. He did his job. Got on base. And in the chat we have Tenacious Strat. How are you, my friend? Thank you for joining us. And if you don't know, Tenacious Strat is Earl without the E from Tabletop Baseball. Make sure to check out that channel. I just watched Earl with an E play game 2, I think it was, of the Seattle Mariners win streak. I forgot what year. 2001, I think it was. 2001, 2002. I'm not going to tell you what happened. Check it out on Tabletop Baseball. Lots of good things on Tabletop. You got golf. Both Earls do the golf. Earl, without the E, does History Maker golf. And Earl with the E does a different golf. They're both good. I think it's Appa Golf. I'm not sure. As Tenacious Strat says, I'm kicking and taking names. Good for you, Tenacious. That's what we like to hear. And here comes Taylor. So Harry Taylor, 2 wins, no losses, 1.42 earned run average. He only threw 19 innings. Oh boy, that's not a big. Well, I mean, he only gave up 121 against right-handed pitching, so I'm hoping he gets Adams out here. Adams is 0 for 2, 7 out of 10 bunter. So Pesky and Dropo will come in at the corners. Pesky in at third, Walt Dropo in at first. Taylor gets the sign from Bertie Tibbetts. Here's the pitch to Adams. And that's promptly a single up the middle. I knew that was coming. Alrighty. Go ahead runs at first. Adams 7 out of 10 base runner. Usher comes to the plate. He's 2 for 3. With 3 RBIs today. Dropo holding Adams on. Usher, a thorn in the Red Sox side. Grounded out to the pitcher in the first. Hit a 2-run blast in the third. And singled in the 5th, knocking in Stalcup. So 5-5 ball game. Go ahead run at first and Adams. Stevens and Dorr pinch the middle, looking to turn 2. Taylor takes a deep breath. Gets a sign from Bertie Tibbetts. Here's the pitch to Bob Usher. Grounder to Stevens. Over to Dorr. On the Dropo. The double play. They get 2 for 1. Red Sox fans are ecstatic over that result. As Tenacious Strat says, well, it's bedtime for me, Al. Have a good night. Thank you very much, my friend, for stopping by. Remember to check out Tabletop Baseball, and also Tenacious Strat has his own channel, though I don't think he does too much there, but there's a lot of stuff on there. So check that channel out too, but mostly Tabletop Baseball with Earl and Earl. A wonderful channel for card and dice baseball, just a good fun time. Thank you very much, Earl, for stopping by. Well wishes to you and your family. And God bless, as always. So 2 outs, base is empty, and now stepping to the plate is the left-handed batter, Johnny Rostek. Excuse me as I'm battling a sinus infection. So if you hear me snort, I apologize. But Taylor, lefties bat 273 off of him. Johnny Rostek, 8 homers, 76 RBIs, and now we are going to go to the lefty. We're going to go to the lefty. We're going to go with Mickey McDermott, who left-handed batters only batted 179. So McDermott will come in. He's ready. Taylor gets his. Well, he gets the 2 outs because he gets a double play ball. So here comes Mickey McDermott, 7-3, 5 saves, 5.19 earned run average, 130 innings pitched. Oh, he has control issues. Walked 124, struck out 96. And he'll face Johnny Rostek, who's 0 for 3. Rostek batted 274 off left-handed pitching, which is 19 points lower than against righties. McDermott only gave up a 179 batting average to lefties. The windup and the pitch by McDermott. And he strikes! Rostek outside, retired! So Taylor and McDermott do their job. We go to the bottom of the 7th, tied at 5 here at Fenway Park in this one-and-done tournament. You win, you're in. You snooze, you lose. Due up for the Boston Red Sox in this very intense tie ball game. Bottom of the 7th, Stevens, Dropo, and Dorr. If anyone gets on, Goodman, who's 3 for 3. So Vern Stevens, who banged into a very bad double play his last time up. The Red Sox had first and second, no outs. He's also grounded out and fly deep to left center. He needs to break out of it. Blackwell up to 115 pitches, good for 145. Howell sets the target. Here's the pitch to Vern Stevens. And that ball goes deep and high off the Green Monster. He just missed a home run, Stevens. And that would have given the Red Sox a 1-run lead. Instead, just inches short, he has a leadoff double. And here comes Walt Dropo, who has struck out 3 times today. He's been awful at the plate. And this is a man who had 34 home runs and 144 runs driven in 1950 for the Boston Red Sox. He needs to break out of it. Stevens, 4 out of 10 base runner, represents the go-ahead run at second. No outs. Ryan bluffs towards the bag, trying to keep Stevens close. Blackwell gets the sign from Howell. Here's the pitch to Walt Dropo. And he strikes him out for the 4th time! Oh my lord! Oh, Dropo is just disgusted at himself. Goes back to the dugout, hanging his head, and the crowd goes silent. They were hoping Dropo would break out of it and blast one out of the ballpark, but it's up to Bobby Dorr now with 1 out. Dorr's 0 for 3. Bobby Dorr had 27 home runs in 1950, 119 RBIs. Stevens again, a leadoff double. Just missed a go-ahead home run by inches when he crushed it to left center field. Here's the pitch to Dorr, and Dorr walks. So first and second, they set up a double play, but here comes Billy Goodman, the hot-hitting Billy the Kid Goodman. 3 for 3. He has singled in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, and doubled in the 6th. They need Billy Goodman to come through now. Stevens represents the go-ahead run at 2nd, big insurance run at 1st, and Bobby Dorr. Reds want to turn 2, get out of the inning. Blackwell takes a deep breath, gets the sign from Howell. Here's the pitch to Billy the Kid. And Goodman walks. Bases are loaded with 1 out. Here comes Bertie Tibbetts, who's 2 for 3, the Red Sox catcher. He singled in the 2nd, knocking in Dorr. Advanced to 2nd on the error by Usher. In the 4th, he popped out to 3rd. In the 6th, he singled right back up the middle. So bases loaded once again for the Boston Red Sox. 5-5 ball game, bottom of the 7th here at Fenway Park. No place to put birdie. On deck is McDermott. Here's the pitch to Tibbetts. And that's a single to left center. 2 runs will score. Birdie Tibbetts comes true in the clutch. The Red Sox take a 7-5 lead. What an offense here, folks. Unbelievable game here. Billy Goodman goes first to third, and McDermott comes to the plate. And I really want him to pitch to Ted Kluszewski. Red Sox have a 2-run lead, but no lead is safe at Fenway Park. As Clinton Parks has joined us in the chat. Hope all is well with you, Clinton. And a new pitcher has come in for the Cincinnati Reds. It's Eddie Urautt, I believe you pronounce his name. E-R-A-U-T-T. He takes over for the battered. Let's give you the final numbers on Mr. Blackwell. 6 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, only 4 of them earned, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts. Cincinnati committed 2 errors behind him, thus only the 4 earned runs. He's responsible for Goodman at third and Tibbetts at first. Hello, Chris from Brady After Trades. How are you, my friend? So McDermott, I really want him to face Kluszewski, but we have a 2-run lead. I gotta tack the runs on though. So Urautt, or Erautt, I think it's Urautt. Anyway, he's a right-handed pitcher. We could go to the crazy Jimmy Pearsall. He had 7 at-bats in 1950. That's a very small, 7 at-bats isn't a lot, obviously. We do know he was a pretty good hitter for the Red Sox, even though he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Who else is a good against righties? Lou Stinger. I mean, that's only 17 at-bats, 375. Oh, Buddy Rosar. 84 at-bats, 316 slugging percentage, 316. Tom Wright, the right fielder, 316 slugging percentage, 388. 107 at-bats. Well, we're going to go with Matt Batts. We want a hill pinch hit for McDermott. And here he comes, Matt Batts. That's a baseball name if there's ever been one, Matt Batts. Clinton Parks is rare showing for Parnell. He was a rarity back then. A successful left-hander at Fenway. Used to listen to him on Kirk Gowdy. Yeah, no, I went with the pinch hitter, Clinton. I thought about that, but I want to try to get the runs in. It's been a back and forth game, really fun game. I'm probably going to regret it because the guy I took out pretty much shut down left-handed batting. Excuse me. So Matt Batts, 273, 4 home runs, 34 runs driven in, and off right-handed pitching. Why does that say 265? Well, he's in now to hit. Obviously, I looked at the wrong. Who did I look at? Tom Wright. God, son of a... No, Buddy. It was Buddy Rosar. I clicked on the wrong catcher. Oh, well. Well, Matt Batts, you're getting that bat in the playoffs, son. Alright. The windup and the pitch to Batts. Runners on the corner. 7-5 Red Sox. 1 out. And Bat strikes out because Al clicked on the wrong catcher. Here comes Dominic DiMaggio. Runners will be off on contact. The little professor has 3 RBIs today. He's 1 for 3. He has flown out in the first, singled in the second, knocking in Goodman and Tibbetts, flied out to right center in the fourth, and walked with bases loaded. Here's the pitch to DiMaggio. Hard ground ball to Adams, goes to Ryan for the force out. The Red Sox do score 2. I thought about the squeeze play too. I should have done that. As Clinton Parks is yelling, "Squeeze play in the chat!" I'm just mad because I clicked on the wrong catcher. I wanted the other catcher who hit 316. But I clicked on the wrong catcher. Alright, so I think we're going to go with the man with 9 saves for the Red Sox in 1950. Ellis Kinder. Of course, he gives up a 272 batting average to lefties. We got James Atkins, 4 2/3 innings, which was 1 game. He pitched 1 game for the Red Sox. 222 against lefties. We're going to go with Atkins. He'll pitch only to Kluszewski, and then we're going to go to Ellis Kinder. So Atkins comes in, Kluszewski 1 for 3. Fly to deep right center twice in the second and fourth, and then crushed. Solo home run in the 6th to the triangle, dead center almost. And that gave Cincinnati a 5-3 lead at the time as they were up 4-3. So Kluszewski 1 for 3. He digs in, and off right-handed pitching, Kluszewski crushes it at 347. Atkins only gave up a 222 batting average to left-handed batters, but to only 4 innings pitched. No record in 1950, 3.86 ERA. Tibbetts goes out, had a quick word with him back behind the plate. Atkins takes a deep breath. He knows this is the only batter he'll face. Here's the pitch to Killer Kluszewski. Grounded to door, diving stop, gets up, throws to Tropo. 1 away. Atkins does his job. Here comes the manager to take him out of the ball game. And he's smiling as he leaves the mound. Now the Red Sox will go to Ellis Kinder with 1 out. In the top of the 8th, he'll be in charge of getting the 5 final outs here in this ball game. And here he is, the capless one, Ellis Kinder. 14 wins, 12 losses, 9 saves, 4.26 earned run average, struck out 96, walked 78. He's going to face Joe Adcock, who's 0 for 3. Tibbetts goes through the signs. Kinder nods his head. Here's the pitch to Adcock. Grounded to door, over to Dropo, 2 down. Red Sox 1 out away, getting to the bottom of the 8th with a 2-run lead. Stepping to the plate, Connie Ryan. Singled in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th and the 6th. Kinder takes a deep breath. Here's the pitch to Ryan. That ball is a double to left center field as that split Williams and DiMaggio. So Ryan is on with 2 outs at second. Tying run comes to the plate, Virgil Stallcup, who's 1 for 2. Again, anxious moments here at Fenway Park. Stallcup grounded to third, forcing Ryan at second in the 2nd inning, singled in the 5th, and walked in the 6th. On deck is Howell. Tibbetts pounds the mitt. Sets the target. Here's the pitch to Stallcup. And he strikes him out! Side retired. They strand the runner at second. We go to the bottom of the 8th here at Fenway. In this 1950 one-and-done playoff tournament, you win, you're in, you lose, you snooze. The BOS Sox have a 7-5 lead over the Reds. 2 up for Boston. Pesky, Williams, and Stevens. What a ball game here, folks. Back out on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds, Eddie Urrat. He's thrown 9 pitches. Johnny Pesky 2 for 3. Popped out to short in the first, singled in the second, walked in the 5th, singled in the 6th, knocking in Tibbetts. So he's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Again, Pesky hits .306 off right-handed pitching. Howell goes through the signs. Urrat nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Pesky. Pesky grounds it foul down the right field line. The count's now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Johnny. He steps back into the batter's box. He awaits the Urrat delivery, and here it is. Pesky pops it up to Stahl Cup at short, moves towards the second base bag, 1 away. Here comes Ted Williams, 1 for 3, but he banged into a very crucial double play in the 6th. Was also robbed of a double down the first base line by Ted Kluszewski. He made a diving stop, got up, would have knocked in most likely 2 runs as runners were off on contact with 2 outs. He did single in the 5th and walk in the 1st. 7-5 Red Sox. Splendid splinter at bat. Here is the windup and the pitch to Teddy Ballgame. And that ball goes to right to the warning track, making the catch is Rostek. 2 down. So Vern Stevens, who's 1 for 4, he also hit a crucial double play. That was in the 5th, when the Red Sox have runners in scoring position all over the place. Grounded out in the 1st, fly deep to left center, double play in the 5th, and doubled in the 7th, but was stranded there. He just missed a go-ahead homer by inches when he crushed it. Any other ballpark, it's out, but the Green Monster giveth, and the Green Monster taketh away here at Fenway. And at that time, it tooketh away. So 2 outs, no one on. Stevens ready to grip and rip. The windup and the pitch by Urrat. Stevens singles to right field. Inning continues. And here comes Walt Drelko, who's had an absolutely miserable game. He has struck out 4 times. Drelko wants to jack one out of the ballpark. Give the Red Sox a 4-run lead going into the top of the 9th or more. Drelko had 34 home runs in 1950, 144 RBIs, and over a .322 batting average. He hasn't shown his big bat here. He struck out 4 times. The only thing he's hit is the breeze here at Fenway Park. And his butt to the bench when he goes back to it after the 4 strikeouts. Howell sets the target. Here's the pitch to Drelko. But before that, they throw to first. Stevens is back. Kluszewski with the swipe tag. Not in time. Stevens doesn't take as big as a lead this time. Urrat looks to first. Now in at Howell. Again the pitch. Drobo grounds to Urrat, who throws to Kluszewski. So Drobo's 0 for 5. The good news is he didn't strike out that time. We go to the top of the 9th. The 1950 Boston Red Sox 7. The 1950 Cincinnati Reds 5. 1 and done tournament. The Red Sox are 3 outs away from advancing. As Clinton Park says, that's when relievers actually would work 3 innings for a save. That is correct. You are correct, Clinton. So here comes Howell. So Kinder will face Howell, Urrat, which will be a pinch hitter most likely, then Adams. If anyone gets on, Usher, the center fielder, and he's home. Kinder 15 pitches, good for 75. Howell 2 for 3. Single in the 3rd. Grounded out in the 5th and singled again in the 6th. Tibbetts goes through the signs. Kinder nods his head. Here's the pitch to Howell. And that ball goes deep to center field. DiMaggio on the run, reaches up and makes the catch in left center. Nice play by the little professor. 1 down. The Red Sox 2 outs away from advancing to the 2nd round here in bracket 1. This will complete the last game in bracket 1 in round 1. We will then move to bracket 2. Again, in round 1, we have pitted American League against National League. So these teams never played each other in the regular season. Even the World Series winning teams are not pitted against each other, so, in the first round. So, obviously, the two World Series teams, the Yankees and Phillies, were the 1 seeds in the different brackets. So here comes your route. I'm just going to click pitch. And here comes the pinch hitter. So coming off the bench for the Cincinnati Reds, Danny Litweiler. 259, 6 home runs, 12 RBIs, 258 off right-handed pitching. He needs to get on to bring the tying run to the plate. Ellis Kinder wants to deny that. Kinder takes a deep breath. Here's the pitch to Litweiler. And he walks him. And that's where, and Sammy Meeks will come into pinch run. Meeks is 7 out of 10 runner. Dropo to hold him on. And that's where Kinder did walk 78 batters. 1950. Tying run comes to the plate. Bobby Adams. He's grounded out twice in the first and third, walked in the fifth, and singled to center in the seventh. 1 out. Red Sox would love to turn 2 and end this ball game. Stevens and Dorr pinch that middle. Dropo holding Meeks on at first. Kinder throws to first. Meeks is back. Kinder again looks to Dropo at first. Now in at Tibbetts. Here's the pitch to Adams. Grounded to Stevens. Over to Dorr. On to Dropo. Ball game over. Ellis Kinder gets the save on the 6-4-3 double play. The Boston Red Sox, many anxious moments here in this first round one and done playoff game in this tournament, but they get through it to the cheers of the Fenway faithful. They defeat the Cincinnati Reds 7-5 and move on to the second round. What a ball game. So the winning pitcher, who pitched to only 1 batter, but he got the job done, got that lefty out, is McDermott. Blackwell takes the loss. MVP, player of the game, Birdie Tibbetts. Go to the box score. What a ball game here. Number 3 seed Boston Red Sox advance. The number 7 seed Cincinnati Reds go home. Box score will be up momentarily. Make sure that's fitted to the screen. Back to OBS. We love OBS, don't we? Alright, let's go to the pitching first. Blackwell went 6 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned, 6 walks, 4 Ks. He takes the loss. Urrat went in an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, no runs, 1 strikeout. Mel Parnell struggled. No decision, 6 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 home runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Home runs were by Usher and Kozuski. Taylor pitched 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, no runs. McDermott got the win. He got his lefty out, and he struck him out. Atkins got 1 out. He gets a hold, and Kinder went an inning and 2/3. He gets the save. He had 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Red Sox advanced. It was shaky, but they advanced. Clinton Park says, good game. Nice job, Al, with the names. Tough ones out there. Oh, my God, Clinton. You want to have a laugh? If you want, watch 2 minutes of the hockey game I did yesterday with the Soviets' names. Tretiak is the only one I'm pretty sure I pronounced correctly because I remember Tretiak. Or Tretiak. I could pronounce his name wrong, too. Good God. They were tough names. Those are tough names. Thank you, Greg. Greg says, well done. Greg Gorecki did try to help me out with my pronunciations. I did have a disclaimer in the hockey game, not for anyone to yell at me. because I had a really nice DB. I'm not going to explain what DB means. Leave me a really nasty message on one of my videos. You know, a troll. No subscribers on his channel. About my pronunciation of two names on an older game, a baseball game. I don't mind constructive criticism or just telling me how to pronounce a name. I take that all in good nature. But when you're a DB about it, you know. So, anyhow, I always appreciate anyone telling me whatever. And Clinton, with nicknames, sometimes I just make them up as I go. Because I saw you said the actual nickname of someone. Oh, you had a nickname. I'm sorry, I missed it. Anyway, you where is it? Stu. Stu was his nickname. I don't know who you were talking about because I didn't know. I made up Billy the Kid. I don't think Billy Goodman's nickname was Billy the Kid, but it sounded good. Oh, Ellis Kinder, Stu. Oh, cool. Thank you. All right, let's move on to the box score. What time is it? 11:13. I might try to do another game. I don't know. I'm on antibiotics for my sinus infection, and my fever's sort of come back. I did go to work today, though. Okay, we did the pitching. Sorry. This has been a fun bracket one. And if you haven't seen all the games, I don't want to give away anything. They're pretty fun to watch. Fairly quick. This one's gone in 117. No one's going to watch this one over. But I don't care. It was a fun game. And I talked to the chat, and that's what I enjoy. All right, so for the Reds, Adams 1 for 4 with a run scored, one walk. Usher 2 for 4, a run scored, 3 RBIs, and he had a home run. Rostek, does anyone know how you pronounce this gentleman's name? Not that it matters, they're out. Wyrostek. I said Rostek. Is the W and the Y silent? Anyway, he was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Klazuski, I know that name. 1 for 4, 1 run scored, 1 RBI. Adcock, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Ryan, 2 for 4 with 2 strikeouts and a double. Stahlcup, 1 for 3 with a run scored, a walk and a strikeout. Howell, 2 for 4, 1 run scored. Blackwell, the pitcher, 0 for 1 with a K. He had 2 sacrifice bunts. Urrat pitch did not hit. Litweiler pitch did not hit. Oh, it was a pinch hitter, I'm sorry. He walked. Meeks was a pinch runner, and he did not get an at-bat. Cincinnati Reds, in their defeat, 32 at-bats, 5 runs, 9 hits, 4 RBIs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, 1 double, 2 home runs by Usher and Klazuski. The Boston Red Sox, in victory, 7-5. Dominic DiMaggio, 1 for 3, but 3 RBIs and a walk. Johnny Pesky, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a walk. Ted Williams struggled, 1 for 4 with a walk, and he banged into that double play and also got robbed of a double by a great play by Ted Klazuski. That was going down the line for 2 more runs. Stevens, 2 for 5 with an run score, but it was really a poor 2 for 5. That double play with runners in scoring position was bad. He did have a double. He just missed the go-ahead homer in that inning. Dropo, awful. 0 for 5, 4 strikeouts. Bobby Dorr, 0 for 3, 2 runs scored. He walked and reached on an error, I believe, or a fielder's choice. Goodman, 3 for 3, 2 runs scored, a walk, and a double. He didn't play right field at all, but I stuck him there. I think he won the batting title that year. I think. He had a high average. I don't know if he qualified with enough at-bats. Zeke Zarella normally played right. He came in to pinch hit. He did have a big walk, though. Tibbetts, 3 for 4, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Parnell, 0 for 2. Zarella walked in his pinch hitting appearance. Taylor pitched, did not hit. McDermott pitched, did not hit. Batts, the pinch hitter who I clicked on the wrong catcher. Good going, Al. Struck out. Atkins pitched, did not hit. And Kinder pitched, did not hit. He got the save. In victory, the Red Sox 35 at-bats, 7 runs, 12 hits, 6 RBIs, 6 walks, 5 Ks, 2 doubles. As a team, they batted .343 in this game. As a team, the Reds batted .281. Quickly to the recap, and this was another... All these games have been close in bracket 1. Outstanding. Oh, Clinton Park says found it. I got to try to remember this in case I ever use them again. This is for Ron. Oh, I was why? Oh wow, I can't even pronounce it as he spelled it out. Why Rostek? Wow. He says I was close. Why Rostek? Why Rostek? I could do that. Why Rostek? I probably calling the game though would mess it up. As if you watch the hockey game I did, I had different pronunciations during the game. I tried not to do it, but when you're calling the game, I just went with something I could call and hoped it was close. In closing, there was a firing in Toronto today. Greg Zahn. Wow. Thank you for that info, Greg. Let's go to the recap and we'll call it a stream and see if we come back with another game. We'll see how my head feels. I do enjoy doing this. It relaxes me with my family situation and stuff. My parents not feeling well and me taking care of them and me not feeling good right now. It does relax me to do this. So I thank you guys for joining me. All right. In the second, Boston sent 8 batters to plate, scoring 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. Birdie Tippett singled, scoring Door, 1-0 Boston. Dominic DiMaggio singled, knocking in 2 runs, 3-0 Boston. It looked good. Cincinnati came right back in the top of the third, 2 runs on 2 hits. Bob Husher crushed a ball, 2-run homer, 3-2 Red Sox. Cincinnati in the fifth scored 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. They took the lead. Bob Husher singled, scored Stahlcup, tying the game at 3-3. Bobby Adams scored on a wild pitch by Parnell. They took a 4-3 lead. Then in the sixth, they tacked down another run. Ted Kluszewski hit a solo shot, 5-3 Cincinnati. And Fenway Park was silent. Anxious moments. As Greg Gurecki put it in the chat, a hush came over the crowd. Then in the sixth, Boston sent 7 batters to plate, scoring 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 walks. Dominic DiMaggio walked, scoring Goodman with the bases loaded. 5-4 Cincinnati. Johnny Pesky singled, scoring Tippett to tie the score at 5-5. But that they wouldn't score any more in that inning. In the seventh, the Red Sox sent bottom of the seventh, sent 7 batters to the plate, scoring 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 walks. Birdie Tippett singled, scoring 2, taking the lead for good. The Red Sox 7-5. Bob Usher 2-for-4 for the Reds, a home run, 3 RBIs. Walt Drobo, a game you'd want to forget, 0-for-5 with 4 Ks. Billy Goodman 3-for-3 with a double and 2 runs scored. Birdie Tippett's player of the game, 3-for-4, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Mickey McDermott pitched to 1 batter. He got the lefty out, and he got the win. The save goes to Ellis Kinder. That's his first. Ewell Blackwell took the loss for Cincinnati. So the Boston Red Sox in this 1950 one-and-done tournament, you win, you're in, you snooze, you lose. Get through the first round with a 7-5 victory over the Cincinnati Reds. So the number 6 seed goes home. The number 3 seed advances. Thank you very much to Greg Gurecki in the chat. Clinton Parks, Chris from Brady Appa Trades, check that channel out. Ken Castro, Tenacious Strat was in here. That's Earl without an E. From Tabletop Baseball. Check out Tabletop Baseball. Very fun channel. So thank you very much to all you fine gentlemen. Health, happiness. Till next time. Take care. Bye-bye. And God bless. Peace.